What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some interesting news, if it holds to be true, that undefeated 3-division world champion, superstar boxer, Gervonta Tank Davis, who is 27 wins, no losses, no draw, 25 wins by way of knockout, 27 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. According to reports, Gervonta Tank Davis has contacted his advisor, who is PBC, Premier Boxing Champion, founder and advisor, Al Haymon, to inform Al Haymon to do his best, if he could, to make the fight for Gervonta Tank Davis against undefeated Mexican lightweight superstar title contender King Ryan Garcia, who is 22 wins, no loss, no draw, 18 wins by way of knockout, 23 years of age, 5'10" with a 70-inch arm reach. Next, okay, Ryan Garcia has a fight coming up July 16th against Javier Fortuna. That's no walk in the park. That's no guarantee that Ryan Garcia is going to get past that fight. That's actually, in my opinion, the toughest fight of Ryan Garcia's career. This is the biggest fight of his career. Javier Fortuna is a very tough customer. He's been in there with the likes of Robert Easter. You know, he's been in there with Joseph Jojo Diaz. You know, he's been in there with some tough fights, man. That dude is, Javier Fortuna is a rough, rugged fighter. And if you're not prepared physically and mentally for what Javier Fortuna is going to bring, he straddled the line of being, dirty, or some may say he uses horrible tactics at times, and things of that nature. So he's a tough customer, right? And if you're a finesse fighter like Ryan Garcia is, like two-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, Ukrainian superstar boxer Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko is, when he fought against Orlando Salido, and he found out that there's levels, right? You got to have experience. You got to be able to weather storms. And what Javier Fortuna brings is something similar to that of Orlando Salido, to a finesse fighter. Lomachenko is a finesse fighter. That's the reason he's 16 wins, 2 losses, no draws, 11 wins by way of knockout, 34 years of age, 5'6" with a 66-inch arm reach. He lost to Orlando Salido. His talent, his skill set, you would think he would outclass Orlando Salido. No, it's a tough fight. It's just like when Adrian Broner, 4-division world champion, superstar boxer, fought Marco Celcino Madonna. He lost his first fight. It's just like when the very next fight, Marcos Maidana gave Floyd Mayweather everything he could handle. Floyd Mayweather, legendary, retired, iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer. He gave Floyd Mayweather everything he could handle. A very awkward, very physical, mentally and physically, testing types of fighters, right? And so that's what Javier Fortuna is going to bring to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is a finesse fighter. And we're going to find out. Ryan Garcia was already dropped by Olympic gold medalist, British lightweight, title contender star boxer Luke Campbell. Now, he faced adversity. He got up and he stopped Luke Campbell in the 7th round, but not before he was dropped. So we know it's possible. So with that said, Ryan Garcia has been talking up a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. And he claims this is the fight he wants to have. We know that there's reports that Gervonta Tank Davis has not re-signed with his longtime promotional company in Mayweather Promotions with CEO Leonard Ellaby, but he's still working with Leonard Ellaby. He's still working with Floyd Mayweather. He's still going to work with the PBC, and he's still going to work with Showtime president of sports Stephen Espinosa and Showtime as he fights on Showtime pay-per-view. So with that said, this is a big fight, right? If this holds to be true, that Gervonta Tank Davis actually went to Al Haymon and told Al Haymon this is the fight he wants next. We know that he's been calling for the big names. We know that he stated he wanted to fight now undefeated, newly crowned, undisputed lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney, who is 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He is 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. So with that said, Devin Haney, he just recently beat former unified lightweight world champion Australian star boxer George Kambosos Jr. And he's now undisputed, and he has an immediate rematch clause with George Kambosos Jr., who is now 20 wins, 1 losses, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 28 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach. So it looks like George Kambosos, from what I've been told yesterday, that George Kambosos is 100% going to activate his rematch clause. So it looks like that's going to be the next fight for Devin Haney. So he's occupied. Okay. Then you have former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez, who's moving up to 140. So these guys are just not available for Gervonta Tank Davis. But Gervonta Tank Davis has the pick of the litter. He fights anyway from 130 to 140. So he's never short and void of finding an opponent, because he's versatile, right? He's flexible. He can fight in 3 separate different divisions. So there's also talks that he could be possibly facing Isaac Pitbull Cruz in a rematch, but Isaac Cruz is scheduled to fight as a co-main event on the highly anticipated heavyweight showdown between Luis King Kong Ortiz and Andy Ruiz Jr. So it looks like Isaac Cruz is going to be featured on that card, and I believe that card is happening in July. So that means he's not going to be available. So it's being reported that he told Al Haymon. Now we know his longtime coach, his longtime big brother, father figure, and mentor, and coach Calvin Ford. Calvin Ford has stated that Tank Davis wants the biggest names. Lomachenko is a fight that he wants. Lomachenko is not available. Okay, Lomachenko is 10 toes down on Ukraine soil, and Lomachenko is defending his country, so he's not available. But Bob Arum did say, legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, who promotes Lomachenko, Bob Arum stated that Lomachenko would be willing to, because he already got a pardon. All right, he already got the pardon that he needed to be able to come back to the States and begin training and things of that nature, because obviously he's over there. But they gave him the pardon already to come back, but he didn't accept it. But according to Bob Arum, Lomachenko is willing to accept it for a fight with Devin Haney, because Devin Haney has ultimately what he wants. It's not money. He wants to become undisputed. Devin Haney has all the belts. So if he has the opportunity to fight Devin Haney, he'll come back. But obviously Devin Haney, he looks like he's going to have to go into that immediate rematch with George Kambosos. So with that said, Lomachenko may just stay, right? I don't believe, for Gervonta Tank Davis is money, right? It's a big fight for Lomachenko, but it's more so revenue driven, because Gervonta Tank Davis, he's the regular champion, but he don't have what Lomachenko is looking for, which is all of the belts, right? So this is the fight that was being talked about after Gervonta Tank Davis had beat Mario Barrios, right? They was talking about Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, and supposedly they was going into negotiations and make the fight happen. But Ryan Garcia and his team, who he's promoted by retired, legendary, iconic, Hall of Fame, Olympic gold medalist, Mexican superstar boxer Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, they had no interest. And it still seems like they have no interest, because right now you have Oscar De La Hoya saying it needs to be 50-50, and they do joint network pay-per-views. They'll promote it on pay-per-view on DAZN. Showtime could promote it on Showtime, and it'll be a 50-50 split, or 40-40. 10% goes into escrow, and the winner gets the 10%. All of those games are not going to be played by PBC, Al Haymon, Gervonta Tank Davis, and Steven Espinosa. That's not going to happen. And on top of it, Gervonta Tank Davis is the cash cow from junior welterweight on down. He's broke the live gate at the Barclays Center. He did almost 400,000 pay-per-view buys. If you depend on who you ask, some people say he did 350. Some people say he did 375. Some people tell he did 400. But we know he did upwards of 350, between 350 and 400,000 pay-per-view buys. He did a live gate of $5 million at a live gate, broke the gate at the Barclays Center. There's no way Gervonta Tank Davis is going to do a 50-50 deal with Ryan Garcia, who's never fought on pay-per-view, hasn't had big fights, hasn't fought for a world title nor won a world title. The highest payday he's made is about $500,000. There's no way, just because he has a huge social media following, that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to sign on to fight Ryan Garcia with a 40-40 split, 10% going to escrow, or 50-50 deal. He's not going to do that, period. Point blank and period. So in order for this to get done, it's going to have to be on Gervonta Tank Davis's terms. He is the A side. It's going to have to be on, he's going to have to dictate the terms. They're going to have to agree to the terms. They're going to have to concede to what he's looking for and what he's asking for to make the fight happen. If they don't, it ain't going to happen. Because rightfully so, Gervonta Tank Davis don't have to concede to anything Ryan Garcia does, because he's not accomplished and he's not proven. Just because he has 8 million social media followers don't mean that he's the fight, he's the A side. No. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. But stylistically, I think Gervonta Tank Davis, who's a southpaw, is explosive with power in both hands, very versatile. Ryan Garcia has very slow feet. He's very stationary. Gervonta Tank Davis, left hand. Ryan Garcia's he's susceptible to left hands. Gervonta Tank Davis is going to knock out Ryan Garcia. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.